right, Adam, if you go ahead and take the graphics, we'll go ahead and get started.
You're on.
You can go
I'm
ahead, Mayor.
sorry. I missed the graphics. I'm sitting there waiting for the graphics. Tag on. All right. Thanks again, Adam. Appreciate that. So this is the Village of Woodlawn Special Council meeting, June 21st, 6:45 p.m. I have 6:46. Clerk, roll call.
Mayor Poole,
Present.
Kiana Tribune. Ms. Tribune, are you off?
She said present.
I can't hear her, I'm sorry. Pamela Fitzgerald,
Present.
Robert Lawson. Robert Lawson,
He's back there. Where are you at, Bob?
okay. Rosemary Brown,
Present.
Mr. Burkhalter, I saw him on there as well.
Present.
He is.
All right, okay.
All right.
Burkhalter.
I'll be right back.
And Ms. Boyd, Mayor said that she is in class, and hopefully she'll be able to join us.
Right. Is there a motion to excuse Ms. Boyd from tonight's meeting?
I make a motion to.
I make a-
excuse.
Go ahead.
I make a
Mr.
motion.
Burkhalter moved to excuse her.
Excuse.
I second.
All ayes.
Aye.
Very well. All right. All right. So we, in front of us, the minutes for approval from our special council meeting of March the 30th, 2021. Any comments, corrections, deletions to those minutes in front of us? Having none, I just need a motion to approve those minutes in front of us.
I make a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes from March 30th, 2021. I think it's May 30th.
It's March.
It's March.
I'm sorry. Okay, March 30th, 2021.
You were
Yes.
correct.
Second.
All ayes.
Aye.
Aye.
Very well. All right. In front of us tonight's special council meeting, we have one piece of business in front of us that needs to be taken care of today. And that is an ordinance to review and discuss a resolution to enter into a lease purchase agreement with U.S. Bank. And the title of the ordinance is an ordinance authorizing the Village of Woodlawn, Ohio, to enter into property schedule number 2 to a master lease purchase agreement by and between U.S. Bancorp Government Leasing and Finance, Inc. and the Village of Woodlawn, Ohio, to finance the purchase of a public works truck for the Village of Woodlawn and authorizing other documents in connection therewith and declaring an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the rules. This is ordinance number
I make a
7.
motion to
I
suspend.
make-
the rules.
I think Burkhalter said it.
I'll second it.
Move.
Burkhalter said it, and then Pamela seconded.
Fitzgerald. Mhm.
Okay. Roll call on the suspension, please.
Kiana Tribune,
Aye.
Pamela Fitzgerald,
Aye.
Robert Lawson,
Aye.
Rosemary Brown,
Aye.
Garrett Burkhalter.
Aye.
I need a motion for passage of ordinance number 17, 2021.
Make a motion
a-
for passage of ordinance 17, 2021.
I'll second it.
Motion been moved properly second. Roll call on the passage, please.
Kiana Tribune,
Aye.
Pamela Fitzgerald,
Aye.
Robert Lawson,
Aye.
Rosemary Brown,
Aye.
Garrett Burkhalter.
Aye.
I need a motion to declare an emergency on ordinance number 17, 2021.
Make a motion to declare ordinance 17, 2021 an emergency.
I'll second it.
Properly moved in second. Roll call on the emergency.
Deanna Tribune,
Aye.
Pamela Fitzgerald,
Aye.
Robert Lawson, Rosemary Brown,
Aye.
Eric Burkhalter.
Aye.
Very well. All right. So team, that is the only thing that came before us. Is there anything else that comes before this special council meeting? Having none, I just need a motion for an adjournment of the special council meeting.
Make a motion for adjournment of special council meeting.
Second it.
Motion been moved properly, second, all ayes.
Aye.
Very well. So I have 6:51 on the clock. I want to be consistent, being that the public is aware that we're having a 7 o'clock meeting. So it looks like we'll have about 8 minutes and we'll be back on this same line for our finance meeting.
It's about 6:53 right now, Mayor.
7 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, it looks like it's 7, so we can throw the graphic up for the Finance Committee meeting, please. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is 7:01. This is the Finance Committee meeting for the Village of Woodlawn, June 21st, 2021. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mayor Poole,
Present.
Eric Burkhalter.
Oh,
Mr.
Monica, can
Burkhalter?
we? Monica, I'm sorry. Can we just do the
I'm
call for
sorry.
the committee?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm on something different. Ms. Trey View,
Present.
Pamela Fitzgerald,
Present.
and Robert Lawson.
Present.
All right. Next, we'll have the reading and the disposal of the minutes from the previous meeting, which was held on May 17th, 2021. We'll take a moment to read over the minutes and let us know if there are any corrections that need to be made. If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I only see one correction, and it's just a typo, actually.
Okay.
Um,
Where?
it's under the income tax update. There's no space after remaining after that first paragraph. April and the remaining before the dollar sign. It's just one small
Oh, yes.
typo.
Did you catch that, Monica?
Got it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, then if there's nothing else, can we have a motion to approve the minutes with that correction?
Make a motion to approve the minutes for council meeting, May 17th, 2021.
Segment.
All eyes.
All ayes.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next on the agenda, we'll have a brief income tax update from Charles Willis. You're on mute, Charles.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's good to be back with you all. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, the report that was put out for the month of May, one small correction, where it says income tax report, and then beneath that, it says April tax receipt distribution, that I should actually read May tax
We're
receipt.
having a hard time hearing you, Charles. I'm sorry.
I'll speak louder. I'm hopeful that this is better.
A little
I can
better.
hear you. I can hear you.
The two reports that were put out, one says income tax report, then there's a paragraph, and then it says April tax receipt distributions by fund. Actually, that should say May tax distributions by fund. Do you all see that correction?
Yes.
We're doing very well with Rita, I'm glad to say. For the month of May 2021, you see that we've collected $608,650.50. That's $172,000 more than the same period last year. We do have to keep in mind that 2020, of course, being a pandemic year, very unpredictable, a roller coaster year. So in actuality, we expected to collect more for 2021 than we did in 2020. The good news about it is of the $2.8 million that's been collected so far at the end of May is more than half of what we collected for 2020. So in 5 months, we collected more than we did in the first 6 months of 2020. And you see how the distributions were made for general fund, 484,000. The road tax levy, almost 80,000 went into the road tax levy for May of 2021. It's hard to believe that we're in the third year of this road tax levy. The finance director and I have had a number of conversations in regards to that. And at this point, we believe that come the end of 2023, when the road tax is over with, we want to continue this road tax levy for at least one more set of 5 years after this first 5 years is over with. It may be premature conversation, but I think the sooner we have it, the better off we'll be. So somewhere around the spring ballot of 2023, we want to recommend to council to continue the road tax levy for another 5 years after this first 5 years is over with. That's just where it stands right now. Like I said, Rita is doing very well for us, but the true value of Rita is going to start to be realized at this period where we are right now. And what I mean is the deadline has already passed. So how are they going to capture those individuals who haven't filed, who should file? That's where the true value of having an organization like Rita will be impacted. We're doing all we can to make them successful, because the more successful they are, of course, that's more money for the village. So that's where we are right now. It's our recommendation that the road levy will be put on the ballot again in the spring of 2023, that expires at the end of 2023. And that concludes the tax collection. Of course, any questions?
I have a question, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead, Pam.
Does Rita provide us any information in regards to how many residents they have collected from based on, compared to the total amount of residents that we have in the village? Like they've collected 50% or something like that?
I haven't seen anything like that, but maybe we can get a report like that from them. The number of residents they've collected thus far from compared to how many we actually have.
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
yes.
I'll
I
request that.
We can try to request that, yeah.
Because we know how much money we collected, but we don't know how many, maybe residents that makes that up. Because that could be that, people have gotten making, better income, more income coming into their household. It could be a number of factors. So I was just wondering if they could provide some type of report just to show us some data that it was, indeed a good choice for that we are collecting more dollars based on, maybe that they're collecting from more people.
That will help tell the story.
Correct.
That was a good question, Pam. I actually was going to ask a similar question, and actually was thinking that perhaps we can invite Rita to come to next month's Finance Committee meeting so that they can share with us that additional information. So what I'll do is ask any specific questions or data requests that you all have to send that to me so we can get that to them ahead of time so that they can come prepared with that information.
Great idea.
That's good.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, thank you, Charles, for that
Yes, ma'am.
report. We'll move on to the Finance Director's report.
Thank you. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to leave my video off tonight. I'm recovering from a back injury, so I'm kind of in a laying down prone position that doesn't look terribly professional. So we're just going to go ahead and read this with audio only, if you all don't mind. Reports provided to the Finance Committee. You have your appropriations and revenues reports, which are included in your packets. As of May 31st, 2021, the village has collected 39% of budgeted revenues and expended 28% of appropriations. The detailed budget versus actual reports have also been included for the committee's review. Those are in your emailed packets, those detailed reports. Receipts and expense reports included in your packets is an overview of disbursements for January 1, 2021 through May 31 of 2021. For the month of May, the village collected $903,361 and dispersed $606,137.15. Your general fund is pretty much on par with all of your other funds, where the village has collected 38% of total general fund receipts and dispersed 35% of total general fund appropriations. Your fund balance reports are included in your packets. You have fund balances as of May 31, 2021, as well as a bank reconciliation report. We did reconcile for the month of May again. Also included in your packets are your overtime reports. The village spent $9,206.56 in overtime for the month of May. The village has spent $72,894.70 in overtime this year, with the police department and fire departments accounting for 48% and 33% of overtime charges respectively. As far as salary expenses, there's a salary expense report included in your packet. The village has currently spent $39,510.26 less in salaries and benefits in 2021 than in 2020, with recreations and administration showing decreased salary expenditures of 23% and 42% respectively. Any questions on any of those things before I move on? No? Okay. Negative fund balances. The table below in your packets illustrates our negative fund balances. Since being identified in May of 2020, the village eliminated a total of $456,263.02 in negative fund balances, and that keeps rolling. We are obviously our strategy is to have all of those fund balances eliminated by the end of this year. Recreation income versus receipts. There's a table in your packet summarizing recreation's expenditures versus receipts. In terms of general fund, which again is what we all kind of worry about, recreations is receipted in about $15,296.89 and expended $122,893.73. We're currently $107,596.84 in expenditures over receipts. Again, they are obviously still working on programs and other things over at the rec. They're doing a pretty good job of trying to keep all the expenditures under control over there as well. Any questions on anything so far? No. Okay. Kind of an update, the American Rescue and Recovery Act. I keep putting this in here so we don't forget. We are due to get a total of $670,000 in American Rescue Act money. $335,000 should be provided to us this year, with the remaining $335,000 provided next year. As of right now, the state has not distributed our portions, but they should be doing that soon. I am scheduled to attend another webinar from the Ohio Grants Partnership regarding the Rescue Act money on June 24th. So if any new information becomes available, I'll be sure to share that with Finance Committee. Did somebody have a question? I thought I heard something. No, it's background noise. Okay. Our tax budget, the 2022 tax budget is due by July 20th, 2021. The Finance Department completed the tax budget. Copies of the tax budget are at the municipal building for public review, and a tax budget hearing will take place on June 29th at 6:30 before the regularly scheduled council meeting. All of you should have hard copy draft tax budgets from Committee of the Whole. I also included them in your electronic packets as well. And we'll see that you all have a second hard copy for the hearing on the 29th. Public Works truck. We just approved the legislation to enter into the lease purchase agreement with US Bank for the purpose of purchasing the Public Works truck. Obviously, we did that to go ahead and lock in our rate of 1.96% interest proposed to us by US Bank. The village will finalize the order for the truck with the appropriate vendors once all the lease purchase documents have been signed. So that'll be on its way. Actually, I just got an email from the vendor this morning that said he had gone ahead and carved out a build date for us. So everything is as on track with that as we can get. We're moving in the right direction. Any questions before I move on to legislation? No? Okay. Legislation, items pertaining to finance. We'll have the resolution to approve the 2022 tax budget we just sort of discussed. Also, we'll have a resolution to approve a new payroll contract with Paycom. Again, we're going to make that change in payroll companies this month. There will be a resolution to adjust one of the police officers' rates due to a mathematical error. We caught this a little bit earlier this year. One of our first-year officers, when his payroll or his pay documentation was put through, somehow they ended up shorting him 64 cents an hour in comparison to all the other new officers. I spoke with our law director about it, and this is the cleanest way to go ahead and fix that. So we'll go ahead and fix his pay, and then we'll make him whole and see that issue is corrected. Also, there will be an ordinance to approve village salaries to take effect August 22nd, 2021. All of you have that draft ordinance for your own review in the packets, as well as an ordinance to approve recreations rates retroactive to January 1, 2021. This is kind of a catch-all thing for us. So I think as we've been trying to clean up recreations, we've noticed that there have been several schedules of fees. And I think there's some confusion as to which fees are correct and which ones were approved by council. So what we've done is we've gone through and we've compiled all the fees that are currently being used and that have been used this year. And we're just going to go ahead and put them into an ordinance so that we're all kind of clean and in compliance with everything for recreations in 2021. Any questions about any of those items? No? Okay. And then reminders, again, our pool levy is expiring December 31, 2022. We should probably begin conversations about what kind of legislation or what kind, whether or not we would first of all like to go ahead and renew or replace that levy, and perhaps start the conversation with legal on drafting the appropriate ballot language for it. Let's see. Also, we'll still need to review fire and EMS staffing. I've been working with Chief Johnson and Chief Pittman on that, kind of going back and forth, different staffing strategies, some different ideas to, again, try to work on retention and recruitment. I'm going to try to put some more ideas together with the chiefs and bring those to the village manager's attention here as soon as I can. Moving on from that, we want to review our fire levy no later than January of 2023. We've already talked about the public works truck. And also the last thing I have on my reminders list is the bond refunding for the Woodlawn Community Center. I just got an email from our representative that handles those things today. He and I are supposed to have a conversation about that tomorrow. I've sent in various documents to kind of get that ball rolling. After I talk with him tomorrow, I'll probably have a bit more of an update on that during council to make sure that we all stay on top of it. We don't want to miss the opportunity to do that refunding while these interest rates are still so low. And that is all I had for finance, unless somebody had some questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said those recreation fees are going to be retroactive back to January?
Yes, it just makes it a little bit easier. That way we know that this is what was in effect as of January 1, 2021. They didn't really charge very many fees in January, obviously. They were still trying to fix everything up and make it right. It's just easier to use that as the start date.
So do we know if everybody has been charged those fees, that have paid fees?
Yes, the fees that I have in the legislation are the fees that Recreation has charged this year. Like I said, as they tried to kind of clean things up, there were several schedules of fees kind of floating around, and they had been utilizing fees that they had. I think there was some question as to how many of those fees were approved or how many were proposed. And after we kind of looked through everything, we just thought it best to say, you know what, let's just do an ordinance, make these the fees. That way there's no question that this is what's supposed to be and this is right. And we'll just kind of move on from there.
And these fees are in line with the fees that are around us, municipalities around us, that's various in our size.
Are they proportionately accurate?
Yeah.
I think probably as we move forward, we need to address that and adjust the fees so that we know that we're charging something that is similar to what other recreational facilities are charging. I think my goal was to sit down with Paula and the recreations team in either September or October and get that drafted and get it passed in December of this year to take effect in January. That way, once again, we're ahead of the game. But as we sit right now, my big thing is I want everything to be consistent and accurate.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So Tim, I have a question. So basically you're saying that these fees can be reviewed again. You just want to make them retroactive for now to put them in place. And then
Exactly.
you will review these again. And if you need to make changes, you would just bring it back forward if you need
Correct.
to make adjustments to it.
Yep, you're absolutely correct.
Okay, I just
but-
want to understand that.
Yep. And I guess I'm going to add on to that. What I would like to do is have a piece of legislation put together for either a November or December meeting every year where we reapprove all of our fees. And then that way, and not just for rec, but for like zoning and all that stuff. And then that way there's one ordinance that says, these are the fees for the village, and we can all point to it and know exactly what it is.
I have a question for Tim too, but I'm not sure if it falls under new business. Madam Chair. Well, I'll just go ahead and ask it. It's in regards to the pool expenses. Tim, would you be providing us, I'm sure probably at a later date, information in regards to how much the pool cost and what the budget was and shortfalls of that?
I sure can. If that's something that Finance Committee believes would be helpful, I can go ahead and add that to the next report and just kind of keep moving it forward. We've noted so far under our recreations table, just in general, from the pool levy, we've receipted in $77,000 in round numbers, and we've spent about $34,000. Now the budget for the pool, I don't have it sitting out in front of me at the moment, but it was well over $300,000 only because we're doing all of the pool renovations. But it's easy enough for me to add that table into your packets, and we can do that every month going forward with the pool so everybody can see it.
And also I would like to add to that, just the recreational piece with the pool memberships and things. I would like to see, now that we have our new pool,
Sure.
to see how membership has increased because of, our new pool that our residents are using, to see, just trying to compare if non-residents as well as residents are visiting our pool.
Sure. So, and obviously we probably want to compare it to 2019 numbers since we weren't open in 2020. So and just to make sure I understand what you'd like to see would maybe be kind of a table that showed single and family resident and non-resident memberships from 2019 as compared to what we were able to produce in 2021.
Yes.
Okay, we can do that.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Can you
you,
all hear
Tim.
me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
We can now.
Okay, sorry, there's some issue with my microphone and you weren't able to hear me before, even though I was not muted. I'm not sure what that's about. All right, are there any other new business? All right, well then I will make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
We have to have a committee.
I'll second
member.
it.
Thank you, Mr. Burkhalter, though. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thanks, everybody. Meeting adjourned at 7:30.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.